Yo, what is up, guys? Dashing here for Community Universe Mode, episode 669, and edition number 23 of Supremacy, as we get right into the action handicap match to kick things off. An action-packed show, as always, and one that I have been very much looking forward to. Probably not as much as Quantum has been looking forward to this handicap match. Chance to get his hands on both Jared Leon and Bloody Justice, the current unified World Tag Team Champions, with the future man having his back against the wall. Did you see how that punch had no effect on Leon? If we could see Quantum's jaw, it probably would have been dropped. There's a bicycle knee that equally doesn't do much to topple Jared Leon, who makes his way over to the corner, tagging in Bloody Justice. They've got that advantage. Quantum has nobody to fall back on here tonight, but he actually wanted this match. Remember, last episode of Supremacy, Jared Leon watching from the apron as Bloody Justice going to try and shove his fist down Quantum's throat. Quantum doesn't swing that way, though, able to escape. As I was saying last week, Bloody Justice and Quantum going one-on-one. It was Jared Leon who attempted to get involved, doing the bidding of General Manager Mr. Slate, attempting to finally eliminate Quantum from the equation once and for all, but Quantum overcame the odds and was able to defeat Bloody Justice. Will the numbers game catch up to him here tonight, though? Certainly not backing down. A float over DDT. Mr. Slate's influence going to be very apparent here on tonight's show. Later on, international champion Shay Hoxton and Subject Zero taking on Jaquan Shea and world champion Chris Proudfoot. Yes, you're hearing that correctly. Jaquan Shea and Chris Proudfoot on the same team. Mr. Slate giving Proudfoot a bit of a lifeline, but not one that I think he wants. Tag back in to Jared Leon, counters the Irish Whip. And our main event gonna be a doozy. Bram Miller and Jason Spade, no holds barred. The Unified World Tag Team Champions gonna work in tandem here. Whoa! Bloody Justice with a rare springboard. Senton out of the powerbomb position that Jared Leon had Quantum in. Frequent tags by the champions, expertly utilizing the superior numbers, choking Quantum out, headbutt, and some more coming through. Now you gotta respect the cojones on Quantum to even come out here, let alone request this match. But like I said, Quantum doesn't really appreciate Mr. Slate trying to take him out permanently. It was Quantum who defeated Subject Zero in that last man standing match at Point Break, an outcome that didn't really make Mr. Slate very happy. And so now the Unified World Tag Team Champions have been tasked with taking Quantum down. Beautiful sky-high spine buster. Bloody Justice looking for some revenge for what happened last week. Another sit-out Uranagi. Doesn't seem like Justice is done, though. Oh, watch out, referee Johnson taking his first spill tonight. Hopefully it's the last. You'd never like to see a ref get hurt. Quick thinking by Bloody Justice. Oh, no, here we go again. That glove right down the throat of Quantum, trying to suffocate the future man, but the five-time tag team champion fires back with a Hadouken double palm strike right to the heart. But does Bloody Justice even have a heart? Getting right back up after kicking out of the pin. Pop-up headbutt. Guys, Bloody Justice has that sinister look in his eyes. I think things are about to go from bad to worse for Quantum. Bloody Justice fixing to put Quantum away. Irish Whip Not a place Quantum wants to be. He's got to escape the corner. Again. Some teamwork, running power slam, and a falling headbutt from the high rent district. The tag team champions working like a well-oiled machine here. But of course they have the advantage right off the bat. Quantum throwing them haymakers. Taking Jared Leon down finally. Jared Leon, I should say. And Quantum with the Brave Buster down onto the knee. Quickly into the cover, hooking the leg. Doesn't even get a 1 count as he looks out to the sea of fans. Now, you don't see it all too often, but Quantum seems a bit worried here. Has he painted himself into a corner? Sleeper hold by Jared Leon. Quantum's got to find a way out of this one. And he does, able to roll up onto his knees and throw Leon overhead. The quicker Quantum can end this match, the better. Because the longer it goes on, the more it will benefit the tag team champions. The package pile driver, vintage Quantum, again. The ref's hand unable to meet the canvas for even the count of 1. A second Hadouken, this time to Jared Leon. That gets a 2 count, but the 3 continues to elude Quantum. Leon face to face with one of the all-time greats, Mr. Slate, slowly but surely eliminating his enemies over these past couple months. Will Quantum be the next man on the shelf? Not if he has anything to say about it. Clothesline by Leon and a stomp to the chest just for good measure. What is this? Jesus! Jared Leon had Quantum completely off his feet. Whoa! Jumping cutter by Quantum into a Dragon Sleeper. Dragon Sleeper by Quantum, attempting to choke out the monster. Snapmare by Leon. Both men attempting to choke out the other. Neither finding much success. Back body drop. Quantum takes a spill to the outside. Have it as trip and see it next fall. This may be Quantum's only ally in the match, is a count out, or a disqualification. But Quantum ain't gonna go down like that. He's a fighting man. Nice reversal by Jared Leon out of the vertical suplex. I still can't believe Leon got Quantum off his feet with that choke. Wait a minute, time stamp out of nowhere. 1, 2, oh, but if Jared Leon hadn't have kicked out, Bloody Justice would have made the save anyway. Quantum needs to find a way to outsmart the tag team champions. Jared Leon hot tagging Bloody Justice. Clothesline from the Maniacal. Bloody Justice, who has become only more diabolical over these last few weeks. Ever since aligning himself with Tailco Val. Nice reversal by Quantum, and with Jared Leon down on the outside. This could be Quantum's only chance. 1 off the STO, just a 1 count. Bloody Justice coming up on his 6. Looking to throw out another Hadouken. Bloody Justice with the tombstone pile driver. A move that has become synonymous with Bloody Justice. There's the Hadouken. If Bloody Justice does have a heart, it may have just exploded within his chest, but a 2 count only. Quantum continuing to question if there's a way he can win this match. Vertical suplex by BJ. Looking for the sickle, but Quantum knows Bloody Justice too well. He was able to overcome the numbers game last week, but it is proving to be easier said than done here tonight to kick off Supremacy episode 23. Nobody to fall back on. No one watching his back. Mr. Slate trying to get rid of Quantum here tonight once and for all. Went for the 24th punch. Bloody Justice sidestep, and there it is again. Bloody Justice shoving his hand down Quantum's throat, attempting to maybe rip his lungs out of his chest. Continuing to fight as he always does, though. If Quantum's going down tonight, he's going to bring the tag team champions with him. Brainbuster down onto the knee. Going way back in time for that one. How many times has Quantum put his hands on his head? Time stamp. 1, 2, no! Looking over at Jared Leon. Oh, the 24th punch! The 24th punch! Never take your eyes off Quantum! Uno, dos, tres! Quantum did it! Quantum! With the deck thoroughly stacked against him tonight again! Overcome! The Unified World Tag Team Champs. 2 for 2 against the Future Man. And you gotta imagine Mr. Slate backstage right now in no sort of good mood after watching that. The timestamp didn't work, so Quantum said, here, let me try this real quick. 24th punch for you. But the real question is, how long can Quantum keep this up, guys? Mr. Slate has an army. Quantum is only one man. At least for tonight, Quantum has survived. Laying out the Justice family. Leon getting the hell out of there. The clock may be ticking for Quantum. And coming up next, guys, are you ready? Because it is the return of the self-proclaimed GOAT of CMV, Allenstein, stepping into a CMV ring for the first time in quite a few months, as he's set to tangle with one half of Los Felinos Felices, Golden Cat, who is still on the hunt for his missing tag team partner, of course, Danger Cat, who has now been missing for over a month. And desperately trying all that he could do, but every single lead Golden Cat seems to find meets a dead end. Maybe Golden Cat can find some new leads in that ring tonight, tangling with the mustached man, Adam Valentine. Got to appreciate Golden Cat. What's going on with his mask there? That's something I've never seen before. Oh my God. Adam Valentine with an elbow on the side of the head. As I was going to say, Golden Cat, you have to appreciate, you know, the hunt he's been on to find his tag team partner and his best friend. You can't help but to feel for Golden Cat. There are many fingers being pointed. Prime suspect being the arsenal of Tailcoat Val, but, well, we saw what happened last time Golden Cat was in the ring with one of those masked henchmen. Golden Cat going to the ends of the earth to uncover the truth, but hopefully he can try and find a way to put that aside momentarily to deal with Adam Valentine, who takes a quick trip to the outside. What is going on with that mask, though? I've never seen this one. This is a straight up, like, texture glitch of some kind. Maybe Adam Valentine messed with Golden Cat's mask backstage. Now trying to take advantage. It's great to see Adam Valentine back in the ring, all right? Trust me. I'm no fan of the guy's personality. He's a tough person to be around. There's no denying that fact. But in the ring, Adam Valentine, always fun to watch. The former tag team champion has made a claim that this season he will finally break that glass ceiling. Hang on a minute. Something's going on. Golden Cat distracted. So, wait a minute! One of the masked figures, one of Tailcoat Val's weapons, has just attacked Golden Cat, leaving him down in the center of the ring, but Adam Valentine doesn't seem to be any sort of shape to capitalize. Now he's getting back up, and just as quickly as that looked like Tashera appeared, gone with the wind. Valentine tries to go for the pin now, gets a close 2 count, but not able to pick off the scraps. Punch to the pec by Golden Cat, trying to get back into this one, and that's gotta ring some serious alarms. Why would Tailcoat Val send one of her weapons out here to get involved in this match if they're not trying to tell Golden Cat, hey, lay off the investigation? Adam Valentine, pile driver. This match is all sorts of kooky. Golden Cat floating there for a second. Now pulling himself up on the apron. Valentine content to just watch. I'm sure he likes doing that. Oh, rock bottom by Golden Cat. Going for a choke slam now? Turns into a complete shot. Ain't no Shay Hawks. And Valentine, we've seen this time and time again. The slapjack. 1, 2, 3. The GOAT of CMV is back, baby. A little bit of an assist by Tashera, but Valentine returns with an emphatic victory over Golden Cat here on Supremacy, episode 23. Question still remains, though, what happened to Danger Cat? Is he truly in the custody of Tailcoat Val? Can Golden Cat pick up the trail and find his best friend? And can he fix his mask that Adam Valentine dipped in a vat of Kool-Aid or something? I'm not sure. No qualms, taking advantage of the situation here tonight. Adam Valentine has not changed a bit. Coming up next, guys, some more singles competition as Masao Kage returns to the CMV ring. Remember, he made his debut at Point Break with an impressive victory over Ashley Amell, and is one of the 8 men announced to take part in the King of the Ring tournament in just a few weeks, at Cause and Effect. But tonight, he's got some stiff competition indeed in the form of the former Unified World Tag Team Champion and G-Dub alumni, Gary Reed, and this one honestly has to be a bit of a hit. We didn't really get to see a lot of Masao Kage at Point Break because he dispatched of Ashley Amell in such quick fashion, but something tells me Gary Reed going to give him a taller task here tonight. Kage wanting to rack up as much momentum as he can ahead of the King of the Ring tournament, where he could become one of the fastest rising stars in CMV history. Imagine, just a month in his career, he becomes the King of the Ring, one of the most prestigious honors a superstar can earn here in CMV. Nice spinning. Sidewalk slam by Gary Reed, who probably isn't too happy that he isn't a part of the King of the Ring tournament. Reed, these past couple of months, though, just trying to reintegrate himself as a single superstar with the departure of Walter Bollé. And we know that Reed does have eyes to become Anarchy champion. That championship that his partner never lost, currently held by Brian Jacobson, who is in action later on tonight. Also a part of the King of the Ring tournament. Belly-to-belly suplex blocked by Kage. Slap on the temple's hip toss. That deadly hip toss. And outside of the ring we go. Ooh, pouncing on Reed and stupid. The back of Reed's head with a whack off those pads, covering the concrete that lies beneath, able to escape that scoop slam. Goes for some sort of double knee attack, but Gary Reed able to sidestep it. Japan meeting Scotland here in this one. Of course, Kage coming from RJPW. A long history of the partnership between CMV and RJPW brought us the great Matsuda Tanaka. Definitely excited to see what the future holds for Masao. What he did to Ashley Amell at Point Break is any indication, I'd say the future is pretty bright for Kage. Count of 8 right now. Collar and elbow tie up. Masao able to overpower the Scottish Dragon, as now he's thrown back into the ring. Reed picking himself up. Kage says, why don't you just stay down for a minute? Now gonna help him to his feet. Arm drag for his troubles. Gary Reed kick to the midsection. Oh, and an open palm coming overhead and down across the chest. That will leave a mark. Chop block. Gary Reed lucky he still has a knee as Kage rushes into the cover just to get a 1 count. Elbow raining down. Top of the head. That could have rung Reed's bell, and hang on. Masao Kage perhaps setting up for some knees. Gary Reed doesn't want any part of that. Into the corner we go, but a bare foot to the jaw. Gonna turn Gary around and leaving him exposed for that forearm smash to the back of the head. We've seen this before from Masao Kage. Oh, that knee! I thought he was actually going for the heel to the back of the head, mixing it up a bit, leaving us wondering. Kage not happy that Reed was able to kick out of that one with a millisecond to spare. And Gary Reed able to lock in the rolling cross armbar, the maneuver that has ended the careers of men before, but not Masao Kage. However, better protect that arm, because Reed now has found his target. And he's going to be like a pit bull with a bone, and he ain't letting go. striking aptitude of Gary Reed on full display after that kick to the chest down into the pin. Kage with little time to spare. Trying to catch Gary Reed off guard. And there's another knee to the face that has Reed looking up the lights. Dragging him away from the ropes, hooks the leg. Only to get a 2 count. Not even a 1 count, as a matter of fact. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. European uppercut, not enough to take Kage off his feet. Irish whip. Oh, and pops him up, catching him on the way down. What does Kage have in store here? End of days! That swinging reverse STO. And the fans chanting, "This is awesome." And now Kage gonna use the ropes. 1, 2. But Gary Reed saying, you ain't gonna do me like that, son. Winding up his fist for that old school uppercut. Kage forced to retreat onto the apron. But Kage, the sneaky one, rolling Reed up into that sunset flip. Reed trying desperately to find his bearings, but Masao Kage is standing on top of him like a monkey on a cupcake. Now he's got him in some sort of backbreaker variation. Elbow to the side of the head. Gary Reed kick to the gut, leaving Kage exposed for that backslide driver directly into a pin. 1. I don't think anybody underestimates the abilities of Gary Reed. He feels as though he's been overlooked time and time again, and coming out here to prove once more that should not be the case. Oh, didn't get all that crossbody. Looks like he may have taken more out of himself than Masawa. Goes for a headbutt. Walks right into a European uppercut, going after that arm again. Masawa's got to do something to stop Gary Reed's attack on that arm. Getting hammered like hamburger meat. And if Gary Reed is able to lock in that cross arm bar again, game over for Masao Kage. Using the ropes. Oh, gut first. Reed gets dropped. You know what those ropes are made out of? That's metal encased within hard, thick rubber. Back to the corner after failing to get the 3. Masawa uncaged. Another knee. What the hell? Turned himself inside out. 1, 2. And it wasn't even worth it. What did we just witness, guys? Masao Kage going interdimensional to try to beat Gary Reed. Reed! Rolling armbar! Locked in again! Masao's got nowhere to go! Desperately reaching out, and Kage taps! Gary Reed with a little bit of a cheeky upset. Masao Kage coming from RJPW. A phenomenal debut at Point Break, but his first night here on Supremacy, forcing Kage to tap out Gary Reed with a hell of a win here. And Kage does not look pleased, man. What a match, though. I would not mind seeing these two go at it again. Kage disappointed. We know how honorable the Japanese are. When they take a loss like this, it really weighs on them. Excuse me. And here we we go. Up next, guys, tag team action. International champion Shay Hoxton and Subject Zero with, of course, Tailcoat Val, Never Too Far, taking on the team of, yes, you were about to hear me correctly, Jaquan Shea and Chris Proudfoot. A ploy here, nothing more, by Mr. Slate, saying, yeah, Proudfoot, I'll give you a partner since your teammates, Joey Diaz and Braxton Sutter out tonight, still recuperating from what the Arsenal Tailcoat Val did to them last week. Remember, Joey Diaz was rammed through the freaking barricade wall. So Mr. Slate saying, I'll give you a partner. How about a man who you've been going back and forth with on Twitter for months? Jaquan Shea, somebody who's got no love for the undisputed world heavyweight champion. That's who's watching Proudfoot's back here tonight. Somebody who wants his title almost as much as Shay Hoxton and Jason Spade. And last week was a doozy. We'll see how Jason Spade fares, though. He's got a tall task later on in our main event when he goes one-on-one with Bram Miller, no holds barred. But this new alliance between Mr. Slate and Shay Hoxton has not taken long to cement. Hoxton standing side by side with a man he was fighting with, pretty much all of last month and the month before. It was just a few weeks ago that Shay Hoxton defeated Subject Zero one-on-one. But now, of course, as Mr. Slate and Shay Hoxton are allies, Mr. Slate and Tailcoat Val are allies, so now it's just one big group of pals. And Shay Hoxton start things off against Jaquan Shea. Very hot out the gate. Hoxton claims that he's the true NGCW champion, but Jason Spade had something to say about that at the end of last week's show. We thought that Hoxton challenging Proudfoot was going to be one of the biggest moments in CMV history, but nope, Jason Spade came along and said, hold my beer, claiming that he's the true NGCW champion. Chris Proudfoot, the undisputable heavyweight champion here in CMV, but never able to hold that NGCW championship. It's just kind of one big partay here on Supremacy right now. Who's the true champ? Proudfoot already accepted Hoxton's challenge, but when Jason Spade came along, well, we got a good look at Proudfoot's reaction. He was not at all happy. The history between Spade and Chris Proudfoot here in CMV goes way beyond that, though. Hoxton with a full mount on Jaquan Shea right now. Of course, Mr. Slate and Shay Hoxton hoping that Jason Spade won't be a factor after tonight when Bram Miller gets through with them in the main event. We'll see how that goes, though. Mr. Slade, his night has already started off wobbly with Quantum defeating the undisputed World Tag Team Champions in that handicap match, exploding out of the corner. Hoxton with an Enzu Lariat. Quan Shea's been saying for months he deserves a shot at the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Every opportunity that's presented itself to him, he's taken shots at Chris Proudfoot and attacked the Subject Zero. What? Oh my God! Kick to the head into a brainbuster. Subject Zero, Jaquan Shea, who've got a long history between each other. They went one-on-one. The end of last season, NGW departure. Chris Proudfoot, I'm sure he didn't want to, but saving Jaquan Shea from that bear hug. They're partners tonight, whether Proudfoot likes it or not, with Joey Diaz and Braxton Sutter on the shelf. Jaquan Shea probably not too elated with this whole situation either, but he's got himself in the same ring as the world champion right now. Maybe not on opposite sides like he would like it to be, but not an opportunity he can pass up. Look at that. Oh my God! And that is why I am a Jaquan Shea fan. The former Anarchy champion, light heavyweight champion, first ever Zero G champion, baby. Taking Subject Zero down to his knees, those Kiwi kicks, and we know where the last one goes, right to the back of the head. Down goes Zero, trying to flip over that 300-plus pound frame. One. Only a 1 count, though. Quan Shea shooting a look to tailcoat Val before Zero squashes him. That T-bone suplex and then a drop kick. Proudfoot has not attempted to lift a finger to help Shea out in this match, other than breaking up that pin a few minutes ago, and that was just for self-preservation. Again, gonna try to break the pin, but not necessary. Gotta have a bit of trust. Quan Shea trying to handle this one himself. I mean, talk about Chris Proudfoot not trying to help in this match. Quan Shea has made no effort to tag Chris Proudfoot, has barely been near his quarter. Another super kick by Subject Zero, another save by the world champion, and now Zero. This is not going to be pretty. Quan Shea in the danger zone, but a couple of elbows get shot off. And now Jaquan back to those kicks to the chest, rapid fire, one after the other. And that last one, gonna try to send Subject Zero's head up into the cheap seats. Shoots the half, hooks that tree trunk of a leg, one. And that's all Jaquan is gonna get. Shea ain't done though. Jaquan lifted up the 300-plus pounder. Brain buster. 1, 2. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than that to keep down Tailcoat Val's #1 pet. Look at Jay Hoxton nonchalantly. Hey, want to tag me in if you want to? We'll let Subject Zero do all the dirty work, while Shea Hoxton sits back and grins on the outside. Whoa! Jaquan Shea! This man is just so fun to watch. Every single match he's in. Oh, but that rolling cacao kick. Sending Shea face first into the steel steps. Hoxton watching from the apron. Doesn't seem all that motivated to help out. Subject Zero's got it. Tailcoat Val, always keep your eye on her, man. Shea thrown about the ringside area. Chris Proudfoot not moving a muscle, mind you. I mean, I know Jaquan Shea and Chris Proudfoot aren't friends, but you'd think Proudfoot wouldn't want to give Hoxton the satisfaction. Again, back to that stunner. I'm still thinking about that tornado brainbuster a bit earlier that Shea hit on Zero. Count of 9, I believe, by referee Johnson. No, that was actually 11. 12 he's at right now. Only have until 20 to get back into the ring, and I think Zero, oh my Lord! That vertical suplex, you just see the way Jaquan's legs hit the barricade. And Chris Proudfoot's finally taking notice, but it doesn't seem like he's still not gonna try to help out. 17, Subject Zero is just mauling Jaquan Shea. And don't tell me he's gonna... What's Tailcoat Val doing? That should be a DQ, hello? Disqualify Shea Hoxton and Subject Zero. Well, at least the count has been reset, but I don't know if that's good news for Jaquan Shea. The beating's gonna continue. Getting smacked up like nobody's business. Shea needs to find some sort of response because it's becoming more and more clear as this match continues that he's on his own here. And that's just as much his own doing as it is Proudfoot's. Look at that, he could make a tag right now if he wanted to, but nope, he's gonna go back to the outside. Doesn't wanna seem weak, I guess. Doesn't wanna make it look like he needs Proudfoot. Fact of the matter is, he does. It's going to go out again. Into the steel steps. And of course, referee Johnson probably told by Mr. Slate to take it easy on Hoxton and Zero. Should have been disqualified earlier when Val put her hands on Jaquan Shea. Stop to the quad, dropping attempt. Whatever Jaquan Shea has left. Just trying to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, but so far, no luck. Fox suplex. Taking Jaquan Shea by the head. Freaking hurling him overhead. Up onto the ramp area now. And right into the barricade wall, the lower back of Jaquan Shea. Not going to be the only thing hurt in the upper back, too. Back suplex. You gotta be joking me right now. Juan with a bit of a reprieve. Throwing Zero into the ring. But right on his tail, like a high-speed pursuit, Jaquan Shea trying to prove why he belongs. Right here with the big players on Supremacy. Now, Shea Hoxton, look how lackadaisically he's throwing out these punch and chops because he knows that Jaquan Shea's half dead already. 1, 2. Shea Hoxton putting in little to no effort. Referee Johnson takes a spill as Hoxton looks for the 21. Jaquan Shea did his homework though. Hoxton thought wrong. Jaquan Shea ain't dead yet, baby. And now finally Shea gonna swallow his pride and tag to Chris Proudfoot, who's 100% fresh, and here we go, baby. For the first time ever, Shea Hoxton and Chris Proudfoot making contact, and it doesn't last very long. Tag is subject Zero, tag is Jaquan Shea. Shea's probably like, what the hell, man? I got about 10 seconds of rest there. Walks right into a gut wrench suplex. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Juan lining up a punch. Instead deciding to throw Zero up against the ropes. Tying him up in a guillotine. Oh, those ropes grating the skin of Zero. Just cracked him open. 1, 2. Nearly a 3. But Zero just shooting back up like Frankenstein. He is indeed a monster. Super kick gets caught. Elbow to the knee. Big old Irish whip into the corner. Watch out, Johnson. You've already taken your bump for the night here. Kick to the side of the head. And drop kick. Not going to find its target. Another Irish whip to the corner. Tag to Shea Hoxton. Oh, the 300-plus pounder used like a weapon. Thrown right into Shea. Oh! And that was a direct message to Chris Proudfoot. Hoxton using one of Proudfoot's signature maneuvers to try and dispatch of Jaquan Shea there. Not just yet, though. Shea swinging up a knee to meet Hoxton's chest in a quick tag to Chris Proudfoot. Maybe going to show Hoxton how to properly hit that maneuver. There we go. Hoxton clotheslining Proudfoot into the corner. Hoxton turned the wrestling world on its head last week when he came out on the stage with that NGCW World Championship and challenged Proudfoot to a match. Jason Spade took it a step further when he said, hey, I ain't out of this conversation. I'm the real last NGCW champion. These open palms, man. That's insult to injury, and that is a super kick that'll turn your lights out. Straight jacket German suplex. Tag to subject Zero. finish off Proudfoot. No God's chosen to watch his back. Now Proudfoot knows what it's like to be on the other end. The odds stacked against you with the target painted on your back and nobody to help you. Gentleman's clutch. I'd say Sub-Zero far from a gentleman. Nothing quite gentle about Sub-Zero. This is the forearm smash, super kick to the midsection. Going for a jumping cutter. Sub-Zero keeping him at bay though, and there we go! The side effect from Proudfoot. Take note, Shea Hoxton. 1, 2. Oh, and that would have been a 3. If not for Hoxton breaking up the pin. And Hoxton having ideas, but doesn't want to be disqualified, even if the referee is in the pocket of Mr. Slate. Don't know exactly how lenient he's going to be. Watch out, Jaquan Shea. Proudfoot bumping him off the apron there. Beautiful knee drop, though. Zero on spaghetti legs, able to counter an Irish whip. Proudfoot evades, going for those kicks to the back of the knee. Proudfoot did defeat Sub-Zero one-on-one last week. It was far, far, far from easy. And Proudfoot setting up Zero, the 300-plus pounder, trapped in the tree of woe. Proudfoot, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Toast to toast. Will that prayer be enough? The fans chanting, "This is awesome," as Proudfoot puts it all on the line. 1, 2. Still Zero. Kicked out. Proudfoot. Oh, goes for Hoxton, letting his emotions get the better of him. And now Hoxton into the ring with a knee to the face. Proudfoot trying to crawl over to Jaquan Shea while Zero is still debilitated in the corner. This match may lie on the shoulders of Jaquan at this point. Hoxton extending his hand as Jaquan Shea flips him off. Gives him the old double bird. One more time, a batch of the Kiwi kicks. And look at the fans in tandem chanting along as the kicks connect. Bam! Another shot to the head. Shea desperately hooks the leg. 1, 2. But Hoxton again. Saving the day, Chris Proudfoot saying, "Get the hell out of here." As Jaquan looks for another brainbuster. Proudfoot's got to get out of the ring. He's about to get his team disqualified. Only has the count of 5. And that was 4.99999 right there. Knees to the middle of the back. Dropping Sub-Zero. The reverse DDT, but Jaquan can barely stand now. Look at the sweat dripping down his neck and back. Oh, I guess we've got another incarnation. And Sub-Zero's chest gonna be feeling some type of way tomorrow morning when he wakes up. Like the 4th of July, baby. Into the pin. 1, 2. Far too close to the corner, though. Shea Hoxton easily making the save. Chris Proudfoot again sends him out into the apron, giving Jaquan Shea the chance, the opening. But Sub-Zero's just got an answer for everything. Tag to Shea Hoxton. Goes right for the choke slam. Jaquan with a cheeky jab, though, and then a rake to the eyes. Let's not forget, Jaquan Shea knows how to play dirty, baby. Shay Hoxton wants to take it there. Enziguri and Shay looking worse for wear as Tailcoat Val looks down upon him. Luckily, keeping her hands off though. Subject Zero, the legal man, again coming to collect. Jaquan Shay given too much time, thrown down hard. Back into the ring, Subject Zero is sent. Tailcoat Val trying to cut off Shay, but he's too quick. Counters the Irish whip. Jaquan with a moment of hesitation. What the hell is he doing here? What the hell is happening? Guys, what is going on? Jaquan Shay trying to keep Subject Zero up on the top rope. Elbows to the side of the head. My God! One after the other. What the? Oh, Poison Rana by Jaquan Shay. Holy shit! This is awesome. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. But Hoxton, that damn dog. Jaquan Shay having a bit of a laugh. I don't know about what. He hasn't won this match yet. Something's got to be done about Shay Hoxton because he's on his game tonight. Breaking up these pins. Jaquan Shay's had this match won multiple times. Looking to get into a striking match with Subject Zero. I don't know if Jaquan Shay's going to come out the other side. Gut wrench suplex. Going for the belly to belly, but a rake of the eyes. There's a nice form smash. Kip up. How does Jaquan Shay have enough left at this point to do a freaking kip up? And Jaquan Shay letting the mind games get to him. Left him wide open to that jumping knee by Shay Hoxton, who says, Into the pin. 1, 2. Jaquan Shay completely limp now. Shay Hoxton hurls him into the corner. Slowly approaching. Jaquan Shay. Still a spark of life left. And wait a minute. He's not going to try to do it to Hoxton. Hoxton trying to keep him off. He's like, I don't want any of that. Shay punching at the side. And there's those elbows to the side of the head. I think he's going to do it. Jaquan Shay, 1 for Subject Zero, 1 for Shay Hoxton. Poison Rana. And Zero is still down. If Jaquan can get to the pin, this may finally be it. 1, 2, no, what? How the hell did Hoxton just kick out of that? Oh, what a punch to the face of Chris Proudfoot. Didn't see that one coming. Hit the world champion. Subject Zero tagging himself in. After a while, he'll rest up on the outside. Now it's Jaquan Shay who finds himself against the odds. Handicap scenario. There's Proudfoot. Might be too little too late though. O'Connor roll German suplex from the corner. Subject Zero hooks the leg, and that'll be it, folks. 1, 2. But Proudfoot, the savior of Jaquan Shay. Massive kick to the midsection. And right in front of Chris Proudfoot. Nothing he can do at this point. Beating that chest of his. Subject Zero trying to mark his territory. Show everyone who the alpha male is. That rolling cacao kick again does not fully find its mark. Got enough of it to knock Shay off his feet. Gut wrench suplex. Once more, Shay with that ring awareness, able to roll to the outside. I don't know if he's any safer out there, though. Walks right into a break of the eyes. Tries to charge Sub-Zero. Only gonna knee to the gut. Back inside the squared circle. I don't know how any one of these four men have anything left to give. This has been a hellacious tag team matchup here on Supremacy episode 23. Got first down onto the top rope. Bicycle super kick, but Sub-Zero not content. Throwing Jaquan Shea across the ring like a rag doll. Battling out of the corner, Sub-Zero knows he can't be trapped between Jaquan Shea and Chris Proudfoot. Proudfoot offering the tag, but Shea is in no condition to comply. What is this? What is Sub-Zero about to do? Nothing. Okay. Well, I guess that's good for Jaquan Shea. Oh, the Queen suplex. Not so much. And there's a slow cut across the throat. Sub-Zero saying time's up. Time to go to sleep. But Jaquan says it ain't my bedtime just yet. Another stunner out of the tilt-a-whirl. Sub-Zero shooting right to his feet. Ooh, kick turns him around. Off the knee, Ziguri. What does it take to keep this freaking man down? Well, that's just it, isn't it? He ain't a man. He's a monster. A weapon. Used by Tailcoat Val. Running Bulldog by Shea. Headbutt in response. Backing him into the corner, and there's the leg drop Bulldog. All that weight down onto the back of the head. Not quite sure if Jaquan Shea knows where he is right now, but there's enough wherewithal. Irish whip to the corner. Shea tagging himself in. That a smart move by the international champion, going for that choke slam again. And there it is. All the way up and back down again. 1, 2, 3. There was no way Jaquan Shea was going to survive that. And Proudfoot unable to make it in time. Honestly, guys, I'm a bit worried about the well-being of Jaquan Shea after that match. The amount of damage that Jaquan Shea ate, went through the ringer, and then some. Gave his absolute all. I don't think there's a single soul in this building or watching at home that wasn't impressed with Jaquan Shea, but there's only so much a man can take. And Hoxton, of course, happy as happy can be. Will his night end even better, though, with Jason Spade being taken out by Bram Miller? We'll have to wait and see. Needed to grab a sip of my water after a doozy like that. We've still got a whole lot of show to come, guys. Up next, Anarchy champion Brian Jacobson. Gonna go mano-a-mano with Ashley Amell. We've still got George King taking on Jay Young in our main event. Brad Miller, Jason Spade. No holds barred. Will the crusade of Jason Spade be ended before it even truly begins? But of course, Brian Jacobson is coming off of a pretty harsh loss to Killian Red last week, champion versus champion. And oh man, how many power bombs did Brian Jacobson get smacked down with? I don't exactly recall. I think it is an all-time new record, though. Jacobson going to try to immediately dust that off. That was his first loss of the season. Needs to get back on track as champion. Ashley Amell, who's kind of in the same boat. He's taken a lot of losses as of late. Really needs a win to get himself on the straight and narrow. Starting off against the champion hot. A nice swinging neck breaker. Ashley Amell putting down the Anarchy champion to find himself with a future shot at the gold. Ooh, a nice jump and drop kick. I think Brian Jacobson is still feeling the effects of that match with Killian Red last week. He's feeling the power bombs in his sleep. Try to respond. Oh, Ashley Amell just went low right in front of the referee, too. That was a blatant low blow. I don't know why Ashley Amell didn't just get disqualified, but we've seen Amell deteriorating, loss after loss each and every single time, getting more and more desperate. You hate to see it. Maybe it's what he needs, though, because so far since the bell rang, it's been virtually all Ashley Amell taking Brian Jacobson to school. Champ able to catch his breath on the outside. Ashley Amell coming for him, though. Maybe that was the plan all along. Oh, off the shoulders, face and chest first, onto the outside. Clothesline gets ducked. Amell, victory roll, double boot stomp. Brian Jacobson set to take part in the 7th annual King of the Ring tournament in a few weeks. That cause and effect. Also got to worry about that Anarchy champions, though. Of course, he won at Point Break in that hardcore battle royal. Brian Jacobson calling himself Hardcore Jacobson as of late. Standing moonsault by Ashley Amell. Gonna go for that victory roll, double stomp again, but Brian Jacobson has it well scouted this time. Off the ropes. Big old splash. Jacobson not a huge man, but all of your weight down across the sternum of an opponent. Still gonna hurt. It won't tickle, I promise you that much. Spinning soul kick. Kick to the chest. Ooh, and a nice heel kick. Brian Jacobson feeling himself now. Match started off kind of rough, but slingshot powerbomb. He just freaking fucked. What the? Ashley Amell using those powers of teleportation to throw Brian Jacobson out of the ring. Clapping his hands, but it ain't time to celebrate just yet. Luthez press, right hands to the bridge of the nose. Into those steel steps. Stomach first. No, thank you. Jacobson's got to send a clear message to that locker room that they are looking at the next king of the ring. The hardcore king, perhaps. Count of 6. Jacobson knows he doesn't want to win this match by count out. Wants a definitive victory after what happened last week. There it is, that stomp again, rearing its ugly head. Into the midsection. This could be a real turning point in the career of Ashley Amell, guys. This win could change everything for the Aussie. And he knows it too. It's also a match that Brian Jacobson really can't afford to lose. Clapping the temples. Throws away that forearm smash, though. Jacobson says, pump handle your Managi with some oomph behind it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ashley Amell. Not a place he wants to be. Brian Jacobson with the people's elbow. Right to the heart. 1, 2, 3. Brian Jacobson wrapping it up with a neat bow. Right back to task. The Anarchy champion took his licks last week against Red. But able to focus here tonight. Even though Ashley Amell got the better of him early on, Brian Jacobson, the victor, after an emphatic people's elbow. Look how we just got the taunt in the pin. Didn't actually get to see the elbow, not the important part. Brian Jacobson making a good case as to why he'll be the next king of the ring. Hardcore king? Will it be? Just have to wait and see. Still much to look forward to here on Supremacy episode 23, guys. And up next, another 2 men set to take place in the King of the Ring tournament at Cause and Effect. George King, Jay Young, looking for momentum. We've still got some tag team action at French Pride making their first appearance this season as they'll take on the team of Maddox and Dada. And of course, our main event, no holds barred. It will be Bram Miller, Jason Spade. Well, Spade be stopped dead in his tracks before his crusade really even gets underway here on Supremacy. George King's got to be a real favorite for the 7th annual King of the Ring tournament, not just because his name is King, but also because he's been unbeaten this season. Of course, most recently destroying Chris Danger at Point Break, a completely one-sided match. He's always got Max Ryder and Joe Dirt close behind. King is on a rampage right now. I don't think he's going to let Jay Young or any of the other 6 men in the King of the Ring tournament stand in his way. Truly being given the mantle of king and, more importantly, earning a shot to reclaim that undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Here we go, George King, Jay Young. Jay Young very happy to be a part of the King of the Ring tournament. Real golden opportunity for a kid like Jay Young, who really has the future in the palm of his hand, trained by CMV Hall of Famer Dave Turner. Now, many call Jay Young the total package, and it's hard to argue with them. Former NGW Tag Team Champion, and you know what a win over someone like George King would mean for Jay Young? Doesn't look like it's going to be so easy, though. That was a hell of an STO by King, and now a snap vertical suplex. Trying to crawl over to the corner. King not showing any mercy. Just going after Jay Young 1,000,000 miles a minute. As soon as that bell rang, like a bull being let loose from his pen, pounced on that boy. Don't count out Jay Young, though. Double boot stomp. Will we get the Borton combo? Yes, we will. Taking notes from the best of the best, baby. Snapmare soccer ball kick. See, George King now on the defensive. Throws out a kick. Ooh, and a big boot. Slamming Young down to the canvas. 1. George King took part in last year's King of the Ring tournament. I believe he made it to the finals, if I'm not mistaken, against Xander Slate. Came very close. This time, George King says he's going to win the whole damn thing as Jay Young taking a page in his Jaquan Shea's book. knocking a couple of George King's front teeth out with that stunner. Now showing off just a tad. I don't know if George King is the guy you want to show off against. There we go, some more showboating, using George King as a resting pad there. The King is in a foul mood any given day, but you piss him off and he just becomes one mean mofo. Jay Young doesn't seem at all that concerned, though. Forearm smash gonna knock King down to the outside, and Jay Young's not done, baby. No rest for the wicked suicide dive to the former world champion. Oh, here comes Max Ryder. Single underhook DDT. Max can't really do much, though. He gets involved, could lead to disqualification. George King doesn't want his winning streak to come to an end like that. Count of 4, Joe Dirt now joining the fun. They're just trying to intimidate Jay Young. Oh, wait a minute! Joe Dirt not actually attacking Jay Young, but giving George King the opening. Unable to capitalize on it, though.
7.
Quick thinking by Jay Young, count of 7 by referee Johnson, thrown right to the barricade. Doing face first. George King may be he as well, underestimating Jay Young here. I mean, I'm a fan, but I don't know that I gave him much of a chance against King here. Oh, maybe I was right. Pump handle turned into a Samoan drop, and Joe Dirt isn't getting... Okay, this is getting too much. This is... Jay Young is basically fighting 1v3 right now, attacking Joe Dirt. Oh, and now we get a dozy-do, and around we go.
13.
Count of 13, George King just throwing Joe Young right into the lion's den.
14.
Leg drop by King.
15.
Referee Johnson is a very, very lenient official. I feel like this match should have been thrown out a couple of times by now. But here we go again. This is ridiculous. Oh, and there we go. Finally, referee Johnson has had enough, guys, and this match is thrown out. I'm not too sure if that was a double disqualification or... Yeah, Jay Young victorious. Referee Johnson had to think about it for a second, but via disqualification, the Kingdom, the Kingdom now, just 3-on-1 beatdown, beating the absolute hell out of Jay Young before he can even celebrate. Not that a disqualification win is really much to celebrate about, but George King and the Kingdom leaving this one standing. As the show must go on, into our co-main event we go. Just give me 1 second. Gonna take a quick drink of my agua. And before we get to our main event, guys, here on Supremacy episode 23, where Bram Miller will take on Jason Spade, no holds barred. It is some more tag team competition as French Pride making their season debut. Sebastien Vachon and Joseph Lance taking on the unorthodox combination of Maddox and Dara. The last time we saw them, they were actually fighting each other. Maddox upsetting Dara to grab a W, but following that, they shook hands and maybe deciding upon a possible partnership, testing the waters here against an established team in French Pride. Last season competing on NGW, and of course, Sebastien Vachon, a former World Tag Team Champion, as Maddox starts things off against the Grenoble Nightmare. Nice modified air raid siren. Maddox not holding back, very Very rough and rugged is the newcomer to CMV. Who started off at odds with Dara, but maybe this could blossom into a great partnership. Depends on how this match plays out. I suppose Sebastian Vachon trying to throw out a kick. Maddox with a choke slam, kind of. He ran at him, choked him, and then slammed him. So, I mean, what else are you going to call it? Turning Sebastian around, seatbelt suplex. Vachon eating the canvas, and Maddox ain't done with him just yet. Nice dropkick, flipping back. Sebastian going to escape. Maddox, not too sure where he's going. Vachon's very proud of himself, hands on his hips, like, yeah, I duped him. Now just going to take these short arm clotheslines back to back to back. Maddox tag to the man-eater Dara, former internet champion. Vachon maybe in the thick of it now. Bit of a stalling vertical suplex. French Pride came close to those NGW tag team titles multiple times last season. Tag to Maddox. They'd certainly like to start this season off with a victory, but I gotta say, some nice teamwork so far between Maddox and Dara. May not have expected it, but they're actually gelling rather well, I'd say. Sebastian Vachon going to tag in Joseph Lance, who I must admit has a fantastic mustache this season. Looking dapper, if I do say so myself. Taken down into a reverse chin lock. Maddox. Fight to his feet. Elbows. Shot off. Not one, but two. Breaking the grasp that Lance had on him. Now Maddox with a... Oh, gonna try to go for a vertical suplex. Lance trying to stall. Doesn't do it much good in the end, though. Immediately trying to pick himself up. Maddox says, here, let me help you out with that. And we get a pile driver going old school. The flashback, 1, 2. Nearly getting the trace, but not quite. Lance threatening a punch. Maybe he should have actually gone for it. Spine buster by Maddox. Goes for the legs. Joseph Lance rolling out just in the nick of time. Don't know if it's going to do him much good, though. Nasty single knee backbreaker. Tag to Dara. Sebastian Vachon, sensing that his partner is in deep, deep trouble, lending a hand. Oh, but Lance opts to escape the ring instead, walking right back into the clutches of Dara. Grabs her by the hair. Face first off the top turnbuckle. There's the tag to Vachon now. Dara just patiently waiting. So I don't care which Frenchman I get. Big push into the corner. One of the most devastating maneuvers in the wrestling game, guys. Dara thinking of her next move. Better start thinking quicker. Vachon looking to escape, but there's no running away from Dara. The man-eater, once she gets her hands on you, better start praying. Hang on. Wait a minute. Vachon could turn this one around, down out of the knee. Bam! Dara taken down to the canvas unceremoniously. The Grenoble Project just gets a 1 count. Vachon, you see his eyes wide as wide can be. He can't believe it. Hurled into the corner with an Irish whip. Vachon fights out with a big boot, but then just runs into the other corner. Grabs the kick before it connects. Knee. Taken out with that elbow, but Vachon can't escape Dara. Oh man, his back has hit the apron hard on the way down. Maddox just hovering over him. Gonna let Dara handle her own business though. Trying to get Sebastian back into the ring, but Maddox won't budge. still a bit of animosity between Maddox and Dara, it would seem. I mean, this has been pretty much one-sided. French Pride hardly able to get going. Face first off the steel post. Gonna rearrange that face. Oh! Sternum on the apron. Dara throwing Sebastian Michon around like he owes her some money. Oh, that tries to... throw himself at her against the announce table, but man, did that backfire. It had the complete opposite effect that Michon was looking for. Count of 9, and Sebastian high up into the air. Military press with a cheeky twirl. Crashing down. Does not seem very fun. Michon grabbing a breath as he throws Dara back into the ring. Back suplex. Michon going to use this opportunity to tag Lance. Dara hastily to her feet, trying to cut Lance off. Too quick with a snapmare. Goes for a knee, but misses and may have hurt his own knee in the process. Arm wrench. Walks into a drop toe hold. A cheeky French trap. Clothesline didn't get all of it. Punch to the, chest region. Sean snapmare. Or I should say Lance. Wrong Frenchman. What are we doing here? Oh! Falling back elbow from the top rope. Desperate tag to Maddox. Walks right into a DDT. Oh, man. One. That's all that Lance is going to get, unfortunately for him. Maddox does not look happy. Doubly backstab. I don't think Joseph Lance is very concerned with Maddox's happiness, though. More concerned with getting the victory here and getting things started this season for French Pride. Oh, boy. Powerbomb. Regretting that kick now, I'm sure, is Joseph Lance. Spine buster by Maddox. Directly into the pin, going to try to take this one home. Uno. No dose or trace. Lance throws out an overhand punch. Gets a nice right hook. Ooh, and there's the singly backbreaker sickle combination. Maddox going to bask in his own glory for a moment. Seems like he wants to allow the hot tag to happen. Okay, must be a game plan in mind. Sean tries to attack with a kitchen sink. Able to sidestep that dropkick attempt. Oh, and that punch. For a moment. Knocking Maddox out. Here's another granola project. Hit with some immense force, it would seem. Referee Johnson almost sent off his feet. French Pride a second away from securing the victory here. Kick to the gut. Michon, nice cutter. Scrambles into the pin. Can Dara make the save, or is this one over? Didn't get away easy though. Hard knee to the side of the head. Maddox trying to capitalize on the chaos. Bear hug by Michon. Maddox. Nowhere to go. He's got to try to escape this one. Dara thought about breaking it up, but didn't want to risk the disqualification, I suppose. Knife edge chop. Scoop slam gets countered. And Shaw with a knee to the face. Maddox now sleeping on his feet. Still able to throw out a boot. Enough left in the tank to try and keep Michon at bay as Dara so close. A tag is made, and here comes the man-eater. Can she save this match for she and Maddox? things started off well enough for Maddox and Dara, but it seems like French Pride were biding their time. The tag team expertise, another cutter. And that might do it. 1, 2. Oh, Dara. That pure instinct on that one because she is still out. Joseph Lance harboring some possible injuries, telling Sebastian he's got to handle this one himself. Oh, okay, he's got another cutter. 2 times, and Maddox is still down. Well, the first one didn't do it, the second one should. 1, 2, 3. French Pride victorious. I'll say this much, Maddox and Dara worked very well together, but as I mentioned before, French Pride have been a tag team for a while now. They bided their time. They had a strategy. Maddox and Dara inexperienced when it comes to the tag team game, and it cost them in the end. French Pride kicking off this season with an impressive victory. Will France take over this season on Supremacy? It's time for our main event here on Supremacy episode 23. Mr. Slate looking to end the crusade of Jason Spade before it truly even begins. So at the end of last week's Supremacy, Jason Spade emerged to say that he was the true last NGCW champion, and he's the one that deserves to face Chris Proudfoot for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. That Shay Hoxton is a phony champion, and he's got the title that Proudfoot really wants. Now, neither Hoxton or Proudfoot very happy about the fact that Spade made his presence known, but Spade, of course, isn't here to make either of them happy. He's here to become world champion. But indeed, this new alliance between Mr. Slate and Shay Hoxton has so far paid off for the international champion, the Gambling Man, and may continue to be fruitful. Brad Miller, we saw what he did to Andrew Briggs last week, no holds barred, absolutely destroyed the former world champion. Will Jason Spade have his head on the chopping block next? The game just froze. It crashed. One match,